Welcome to Washington, D.C. Paul Jones and Sherman Hamilton as the Raptors getting set to take on the Washington Wizards. And Sherm, this is a place that we've returned to the scene of the crime, left a bad taste in the Raptors' collective mouths as they lost their season last year here to Washington. But it's a different team right now, and they've managed to straighten some things out that were hurting them earlier, particularly fourth quarters. Great fourth quarter against Cleveland. They end up holding the Cavs to 7 of 20. They've really cleaned some things up, particularly on the defensive end.
Yeah, and I think it's something that Dwayne Casey's been wanting all season long. The fact is, I thought they got better in the fourth quarter defensively. Right. They only fouled or sent Cleveland to the free throw line 16 times in that game. That means you're playing defense without fouling, and to me, that's crucial. You can defend as strong as you want, but if you're putting people on the free throw line, that just kind of deters what you're doing. But there's no question they got better. I think Biyombo in the lineup is a real addition that's helped them from that perspective. And I think collectively, we're seeing this team buy in from a defensive perspective. And to me, when you get 5 guys on the floor in the crunch, understanding the moment, understanding what needs to get done, I think that makes a difference.
Sure, and one of the other elements that you talk about, Biyombo and his rim protection, terrific. He didn't have a block shot against Cleveland, but as you said, you can bet a lot of guys were driving the lane looking for him. And on the perimeter, Corey Joseph has really helped. Kyle, the league leader in steals, because he's playing off the ball. He can get into passing lanes, and Corey doing a nice job guarding the ball straight up one-on-one.
Yeah, and we've talked about this many times. When you talk about a defensive presence, the on-ball responsibilities have to be fulfilled. And a lot of times we see teams build their defense from help side. Well, that kind of alleviates the person on the ball from the responsibilities. And I think right now, when you have a defender like Corey Joseph in your lineup that's going to commit to getting over screens, he does a great job of not being screened. He's going to put pressure on the ball. He's going to protect the lane, and he's going to run the other side of the floor as well. I think that, to me, creates, as you said, that freedom for Kyle Lowry to play instinctual basketball, be able to read passes, read guys' eyes, and pick those passes off. I just think Corey's done a great job of establishing a perimeter defense that doesn't become too cumbersome for guys like DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry, because he's willing to take that load.
Well, Sherm, the perimeter defense going to be very important tonight against the Wizards. John Wall, we know, can be a one-man fast break, although he's had 17 assists and 16 turnovers in the last 3 games. Corey Joseph will guard him. But this Wizards team is trying to play differently. The perimeter will be a key. They're trying to shoot more threes. Guys like Humphreys, Otto Porter Jr., they're playing a different style this year, and right now they're struggling with adjusting to it.
Well, they are, and let's be honest. I mean, Paul Pierce had huge impact in this roster last season and what they did in the playoffs, and he's not there, and they're feeling the impact of that. But there's no question this style of trying to push the pace, trying to be a team that understands how to flow offensively, and more importantly, deciding when to, hey, slow it down and take advantage of the shot clock. When you're trying to play fast, it's got to be a commitment. And everybody wants to play fast, but when you realize what it takes to do that consistently, you hit those road bumps. And I think that's where Washington is right now. And maybe the decision-making process for John Wall is a bit off, trying to figure out the flow. But there's no question, this is a team that's coming back home after a terrible loss to Boston, and they're ready to get a W. So the Raptors have to be ready. And, you know, Bradley Beal's another guy they've got to protect the perimeter with. The good thing for the Raptors is some of the new additions, Corey Joseph, DeMar Carroll, you're able to throw different defenders at these guys. Last year, you didn't have that option. This year, you can throw some size, you can throw some quickness at them. Kyle Lowry can get a piece of it. They have, I think, more disposable tools to defend guys like that.
Well, we'll see how it shakes down, and you can see it too. 7 o'clock on Sportsnet 1 and hear it on TSN 1050, also at 7.